What's going on, guys? It's Brandon here, back again with another top 5. And if you can see from my TV screen, it being October and being Halloween, we're getting into the spookiness that is Disney Halloween movies. So let's get into it. Alright, so like I said, with this top 5, it's kind of in the holiday spirit of Halloween because this video is going to be out on Halloween. So, with that, I'm going through my top 5 Disney Halloween movies, and yes, I'm picking just Disney, not all the Halloween and horror movies that you can see on Disney Plus, because to be completely honest, some of those scare the mess out of me, and I would probably never watch them, or if I did, I'd probably not sleep for several days. So we're focusing on just Disney movies specifically. And so with that coming in at number 5 on my top 5 Halloween for Disney has to be Twitches. And Twitches follows twin sisters separated at birth who discover they're powerful witches on their 21st birthday. Reunited, they must harness their magical powers to save their homeland from a dark force while learning to embrace their newfound sisterhood. Filled with magic, adventure, and heartwarming moments, Twitches is a fun, family-friendly Disney Channel classic. And so, talking about that a little bit more, this is one of those Disney Channel classic movies that came out for Halloween time. I think Disney did a really good job with those. They also ended up making a sequel of Twitches 2, so that tells you how popular the first Twitches movie was, that they made a sequel. It's really cool to kind of see all the CGI work and all the stuff that they did way back in the day there, and then see all of our newer kind of Halloween and horror movies now and see how far the CGI has advanced, which I think is really cool. A little bit more about Twitches. It has those two same sisters that were in Sister Sister back in Disney Channel a long time ago, and it really, I think it brings the kind of funny, heartfelt relief that they had in the TV show. It gives them that same relief in the movie, which I think just adds just nicely because it's another set of twin sisters that we've seen in previous Disney shows and Disney movies that work really well together. Alright, and now transitioning from my number 5 to my number 4 is Phantom of the Megaplex. And in this, strange things start happening at a movie theater on the night of a big movie premiere. As a young theater staff scrambles to keep things under control, they begin to suspect that the legendary Phantom of the Megaplex might be behind the chaos. A fun and suspenseful Disney Channel movie filled with mystery, comedy, and movie magic. So, I really like this one. Again, it's another Disney Channel classic. I think Disney really did a good job with these Disney Channel classics, especially for the Halloween time. And one thing that's really cool with this one is me being a big movie buff person, always going to movie theaters. You can kind of see a little bit, especially with the big ones where there's like 6, 12, or 18 like movie theaters all together. You can kind of get that vibe that like sometimes if these were just abandoned or if somebody really wanted to pull tricks and be like a serial killer in a movie theater, that it could really happen. And so it was really cool to kind of see that happen in this movie. Another main reason why I think Phantom of the Multiplex is another really good Disney Halloween movie is it's again really just centered around just a bunch of kids trying to solve a mystery, so it kind of gives you a funny Scooby-Doo vibe, if you will, but Disney kind of put their twist on it. And so again, it makes it really cool because you got a bunch of kids all working together to try and solve one big mystery. And now moving from my number 4 to my number 3, and this one has to be The Nightmare Before Christmas. The Nightmare Before Christmas takes you on a whimsical journey as Jack Skellington, the king of Pumpkin Town, stumbles upon Christmas Town. Enchanted by the holidays, Jack tries to bring Christmas to his spooky world with unexpected results. Blending gothic charm, catchy music, and unique stories, this animated classic is perfect for both Halloween and Christmas, Which, that's one thing I find really interesting, that a lot of people always argue over this one of like, oh hey, it falls under Halloween, or no, it falls under Christmas because it says Nightmare Before Christmas. So let me know down in the comments of what you think, if the Nightmare Before Christmas is purely a Halloween movie or if it is purely a Christmas movie. So, talking a little bit more about the Nightmare Before Christmas and why this fell into my top 3. And to be completely honest, when I was younger, I never watched this movie. I don't know why. I think it may have been just the claymation when I was younger scared the mess out of me, so I just didn't mess with it whatsoever, and I really didn't start enjoying and actually watching and understanding the movie a little bit better till I was a little bit older, and that claymation didn't really scare me too much. So yeah, that's why I think now that movie sits right there in my top 3. And now transitioning into my number 3 to my number 2, this has to be Hocus Pocus. And Hocus Pocus follows 3 witchy sisters, the Sandersons, who are accidentally resurrected in modern-day Salem. Now, a group of kids must stop the mischievous witches from wreaking havoc on Halloween night, full of magical mischief, memorable characters, iconic moments, and this classic film is a Halloween favorite for all ages. And in my opinion, I really agree with that, because if the movie wasn't so great, why would they have not made a sequel of it? And I also think they're probably going to make a third one. If we remember how the end of Hocus Pocus 2 goes, that it leaves the door open for a sequel. Kind of interested to see what they'll do with that sequel after the second one, but it's anybody's idea of what they could really do with it. Talking a little bit more about why Hocus Pocus is my number 2, is this is one of those main Halloween movies that during the month of October I always see myself watching about like 2 or 3 times, whether I'm fully sitting there watching it or I put it on, let it play, and I'm doing some stuff in the doing and just hearing the background music and stuff of it. I really like it because, again, like, you see how big that movie is for Disney. I mean, you go to the Not So Scary Halloween party or do anything Disney related for Halloween, and Hocus Pocus is kind of that main big centerpiece, and it kind of stands reason why, because I mean the movie's been so great and it stands the test of time all the way to now, where again you have a sequel of it, and now you're out to have a third one, and who knows, if the third one goes good, they can turn it into a TV series. The choices are endless when it comes to it. Alright, so those were my top 4 of my top 5, and before I get into my number 1, if you'd stayed through this video so long, that means you like what you see. I really appreciate it, so if you just hit that like and subscribe button for me, I would enjoy that very, very much. And I got a bunch more video ideas coming out of the woodwork, so make sure to stay tuned to my channel, and make sure you check out all my other videos as well, because if you like this one, you really enjoy all of those other ones as well. And with that, getting into my number 1 Halloween movie for Disney, this one has to be The Haunted Mansion. And no, I'm not talking about the Eddie Murphy one, though that one is really good. And no, I'm not talking about the one that they remade just recently in a couple years with the Muppets. I'm talking about the new 2023 Haunted Mansion that just came out. In this spooky and comedic adventure, a single mom and her son enlist a quirky team of experts to rid their new home of ghosts. Together they uncover the mansion's dark secrets and confront mischievous spirits in their thrilling reimagining of a Disney classic, packed with suspense, supernatural surprises and laughs. Haunted Mansion is a must-see for fans of spooky fun. In my opinion, I really think that this 2023 version of Haunted Mansion is the best out of all of them. Again, no shame to Eddie Murphy or the Muppets, but I think this one is the best one, solely because I think it's really the most accurate that you could see out of stuff you see at the parks and just all that other stuff being able to go into the movies. talking about a little bit more why that Haunted Mansion is my number one is, again, all the references that you see from the parks that go into the movie. You can see that they did a really good job with the house. It almost looks exactly like the mansion that you see at Disney World and Disneyland, and a lot of the stuff that they put into the movie really matches what you see in those rides as well. I think they did a really good job of making the Hatbox Ghost that main bad villain ghost in the movie, and I think they really did a really good job there. Along with all the other ghosts that you would see in the ride, you end up seeing them in some way, shape, form, or fashion in the movie, which I think is pretty good. And I also think it's kind of fun too that not only do they make it a very spooky movie, but they also kind of make it fun and lighthearted, because again, it is also a kids movie that everybody can enjoy, but it kind of gives you that nice balance of, hey, here's some scary spooky stuff, and then there is the funny lighthearted stuff that everybody will enjoy. Alright, and those are my top 5 Halloween movies for Disney. Let me know down in the comments if you agree with my top 5, or if there are other ones that fall into your top 5 that you think, hey, I think these ones are better. Let me know down in the comments. I always love to hear those debates of which ones we think are better, or if you agree with my ranking of my top 5. And thank you so much for watching this video, and until next time, stay magical.